Hello, everyone. I'm Ann Mullins, a very proud member of Aspen City Council. And I have been wearing my homemade mask today. This is a wonderful mask. My friend sent me the pattern. No sewing. I'm more than happy to help anybody else make these. It took me about 5 minutes, but I won't be wearing this today because you wouldn't be able to understand what I was saying. And also, I think it's safe and okay because everyone's at least 30 feet away from me. So I want to talk a little bit about what I've seen in the last 6 weeks. Seems like 2 years, actually, I think, to a lot of us. An amazing amount of generosity. A friend of mine has been making hospital gowns with material donated by another friend. The material was actually intended for a much more formal purpose. So these hospital gowns are quite elegant and beautiful. N95 masks and latex gloves. A contractor dropped off all the masks and all the gloves from his construction site, which was closed, and then we donated them to the IMT team. Another woman I know is making masks from fabric that is donated by her neighbors. 3 citizens, we saw in the paper today, 3 citizens have collected private donations to help support Aspen and the residents of the valley. We also, as you can see in the papers, everybody is supporting our papers. It's so important to have the news people out there, and they're struggling along with the rest of us, and the generosity is enormous. You can see those pages, lists of names, people who are supporting our papers. And then businesses. The businesses that are still open, they are so flexible and so accommodating. And this is aside from the hospital, which is doing a fabulous job, but our essential businesses, and particularly appreciated is, by some of us, is the senior hour at Clark's and City Market. So thank you to all those businesses. The other thing I've seen, not surprising, in Aspen is a lot of innovation. So the Aspen School District, I can't say enough about what they've done. They've completely changed their learning platform from an in-class, in-room teaching model to an online. This, from the teachers I know, this has been very, very challenging. But the school is doing everything, the district is doing everything they can to support the teachers, but also the students. There are still students out there without broadband, without web access, and the school is making it possible, or making sure that they do have access. You come down to the school, I think it's actually the parking lot, and you can download any lessons, any materials you need. So and this is all in, well, they had this up and running in about 2 weeks, so it's unbelievable. Music and entertainment, we've been watching concerts in people's living rooms, virtual theatrical productions. Gyms and trainers are providing virtual exercise sessions. The homeless, finally, under duress, we have come up with a solution for how to house the homeless. And then the electeds and staff. We've learned all the virtual programs for our meetings. We've learned how to work remotely, to run the city and provide the essential services that we need to. And I have never seen all of us working with such intensity and at such a pace. So what is the city doing? This is a health crisis that is becoming an economic crisis. Unlike the economic crisis of 2008, our economy was stable until COVID completely upended it. This is the good news. While the next year for Aspen will be very, very difficult, there is recovery in sight. So Pitkin County's role in this is to deal with the health crisis, the preliminary health crisis, through their incident management team, Board of Health, Public Health Department, and they have the resources and direct access to federal and state funding. They're doing a great job of getting out the information, trying to sift through all the information that's out there, clarifying things, and they're doing their best to protect the citizens of Pitkin County. The city's job here is to focus more on the economic recovery, short-term and long-term. This is what our stimulus package that we passed last week will do. We put $6 million towards emergency economic stimulus. It Short-term, there is a short-term response element of it, and that is to fill in any gaps that are being missed by the county or federal or state funding, not through their fault, but through whatever ways someone needs to apply for aid. So we have money for that. We also are helping the county by providing additional staff and additional resources so that they can do their job that much better. While the county is dealing with the health crisis, the city is talking with all the businesses in the city about what we can do for them, short-term and long-term. And this has been a very, very robust conversation. I am continually amazed at the intelligence, the passion, and the innovation of our citizens. What we have currently is $6 million committed to aid the community. We have kind of a skeleton plan put together for how we'll do this economic recovery package. And with the input from everyone in town, sifting through all the information and with our terrific staff, I am very optimistic we will be able to work ourselves out of this economic crisis. So then coming out on the other side of this, who knows exactly when, but when we do, I think we're going to see a new way of doing business, a more efficient, more online, more streamlined. We'll come out with a new understanding and commitment to slowing climate change after we have seen the pollution levels drop so dramatically across the United States in only the last 6 weeks. We now know it's become crystal clear who the vulnerable populations are and what they need in terms of health education and health support. This is something the entire country needs to work on, but we, as a valley, can work on also. We'll have a new appreciation and value for what we've taken for granted in the past. We've discovered resources we didn't know we had. We've strengthened old friendships and formed surprising new friendships. Our families are together in a way that they've never been before. We'll come out of this with a new appreciation for what we have and a commitment to turn the positives we've seen into a healthier, friendlier, more socially responsible society as we move forward. Thank you very much.